Doom v Vamos v Vamos Epicureans. This is the Marvel Epic Collection Podcast One-Shot Edition. I'm your host, Nick Smith, and I'm joined by...
Stojr from Stojr Shelf. How's it going, Nick?
Doing good. It is late. It is midnight, but we are still participating in Kurtis Findlay's Epic Marvel Podcast Reading Club, and this one-shot is going to be our brief thoughts on today's issue, which is X-Men number 113, Showdown. All right. Picking up from last issue, the X-Men manage to escape. They lure Magneto down to the Antarctic base where the X-Men have been captured, and they attack him with greater success. However, the battle damages the control system, which kept the lava at bay, and as the lava from the volcano seeps into the base, Magneto manages to escape, and it seems all of the X-Men die within, with the exception of Phoenix and the Beast, who make it to the surface, only to face the Antarctic cold at night with no protection, and boy does it seem dire for everyone. And I know I skipped over a lot there, but we'll talk about it now. Stojr, what are your thoughts?
I really enjoyed this issue. I like this whole storyline with Magneto here. I think the cover is really strong. You got all of the X-Men in frame there fighting Magneto with the lava coming in. You have Clark Kent, Superman himself, making a cameo on the second page.
Oh,
And if they don't call him that, he's got he's John Cheever, which I don't know if that's some sort of name, but that's Clark Kent when you look at him and the way he's drawn and the way Byrne eventually takes over Superman in the late '80s. So. Charles and Lalandra, hanging out is an interesting dynamic there. Sort of incognito. The nanny thing is menacing and kind of funny at the same time. I think it's always interesting to see these sort of robots that are kind of there to take care of somebody, but at the same time could murder you anytime you want. I think Storm being the one to try and break them out and lockpick things. I guess the one quibble I have with this is it kind of doesn't make sense how they get out with the way that the story is written. I don't know if I'm missing something, but Storm drops the lockpick, so she didn't pick the lock. So I'm not entirely sure how she's getting the lockpick to then finish picking the lock, because it looks like their feet are completely sealed. They're in Professor X chairs.
sure.
So
If you look at it, I've got that page up there where Storm is rocking her head over, pulling the lockpick out. But if you see in her headdress, there are multiple lockpicks, right? And they made mention once they finally got loose that after she failed that first time, she succeeded a second time. That happens all off panel, so that was at least explained.
gotcha. Sometimes I don't retain the knowledge in those quick little word balloons or explaining the off panel stuff. But yeah, I mean the X-Men attacking Magneto is great. I guess I'll replace my one quibble that wasn't valid with another one, which will continue into the next issue, which is they've been through this stuff before. Just because the base blew up, they just assume everyone's dead from both perspectives. So I don't know. Isn't this superhero 101? Until you see a body, don't assume anybody's dead. But they're all planning funerals on both sides, as we go into the next issue. So, but yeah, it's got some cool imagery, Beast and Jean in the snow at the end, and how the next issue starts off. And the next issue will have the cover of this particular volume. So all of this is really solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Great little details in this story. Something I noticed when reading this one that I didn't notice in the previous issue. If you look at Nanny's hair, her hair mirrors Magneto's helmet, right? So it's clearly creation of Magneto's. I like that she's tooling around on just a single leg with a wheel under it. There's a part of me that wonders. Is this maybe reminiscent of the Jetsons' maid Rosie? I know it's not exactly the same, but it's just a weird, fun little detail. Storm being the one who's able to escape because she learned lockpicking as a child, I think is a brilliant solution to the trap that Magneto had put them in. And it's brilliant because it relies on something that was already established for her character, right? Claremont didn't have to make up a whole new thing just to be able to get the X-Men out of a jam. This was already established for her, and he uses that well in this. And maybe that was something that he was planning, at some point he was going to have something like this happen. I don't know, but I thought that just that fit really well. I love the return of Asteroid M. Clearly one of the coolest hideouts for a villain, although having a base inside of a volcano in the Antarctic, that's pretty damn cool too. This is the sort of thing that makes 8-year-old Nick just get excited, right? It's like, yes, this is so weird and cool and awesome.
Magneto's like, why not both, right?
Right,
like he can have both bases.
Yeah, with the power of magnetism, he can do whatever he wants, right? All right. Really enjoy this one. Looking forward to where we go next. Let's get my screen back up there. There we go. Stojr, did you have any final thoughts?
No, I mean, look, I feel like we're at the beginning of a roller coaster here for some things that are going to happen with the X-Men. Really enjoy the way they have Magneto set up here as a villain to be reckoned with. And looking forward to the next issue.
Yep. All right, well, if you guys have enjoyed our thoughts, follow us on YouTube. We're going to read, rate, and review full Epic Collection trade paperbacks on a regular basis, and we're going to keep up with these daily episodes as well as the reading club continues. You can follow our link tree in the description. We'll get all the socials there. If you'd rather listen to this on audio, we're on all the audio podcast catchers now. I think we're on them all. I think so. Anyway, it's late. We need to wrap this up. We record these on a weekly basis, and we're running behind on this one, but that's okay. We'll do it again. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Have a good one.